Despite a slow showing in Week 1 of Season 2, the Dragons were able to pull a few bright spots. With Gamsu having a match with Shanghai under his belt, the team looked to take down Gamsu's former squad, the Boston Uprising. After the emergence of fusions, the Dragons knew that this would be no easy task. The Uprising came out without fusions in their lineup, and Shanghai took advantage. On Ilios, Shanghai surprised many as they entered with the pharmacy composition with Widow, and it was spectacular. Ding was overwhelming to start as Pharah, and it proved too much for Boston. Rocket after rocket against the GOATS lineup, Shanghai dominated the maps 2-0. After Ilios on King's Row, Boston came out on attack and showed no mercy to the Dragons. The story became about the DPS, as Ding moved over to Sombra and Note was placed on Reaper. Several EMPs from Ding and excellent shatters from Gamsu kept Note at bay with no Death Blossoms until the final two fights. As soon as Note pushed, Youngjin stunned Reaper and pushed him off the map. It is also worth a shout out to mention that Coma threw down a Lucio beat to keep this team alive, for a time, until Boston capped the round in overtime. Shanghai made quick work of Boston on their attack in round 2. Luffy came out shooting a Zenyatta as he took on Aim God in the first fight to cap point A. Ding continued to show his dominance on Sombra, bringing a 5-person EMP, full team EMP, and continuing to hack Boston until the end of the round. The Dragons were able to cap the map quickly, having plenty of extra time for the overtime round. Overtime looked slow for Shanghai as Luffy went down in the first fight on their attack. The second proved to be deadly, as a well-coordinated Ding EMP was just enough to wipe out Boston with the help of DM. The dream was alive of ending the streak, but the Dragons needed just one more map. On Horizon Lunar Colony, in one of the wackiest maps that will be forever cemented in Overwatch and possibly esports history, Shanghai broke the curse to finally get their first win in franchise history. Round 1 started with Luffy providing even better Shanghai defense with essential eliminations in the first two fights. Aside from a DM Graviton Surge to stall one more time, the Uprising cleaned point A using 4 ultimates with ease. Within seconds, Boston was on point B, gaining ticks with even more ease. With 3:27 left on their attack, the Boston Uprising capped point B without much contest. As if the offense was the only thing on either team's mind, it took only 2 team fights for the Shanghai Dragons to fully cap round 2. Ding continued excellent Sombra play, delivering a series of hacks and EMPs to finish off the round with 6:07 left. Round 3 was another defensive round for Shanghai, and it started off incredibly well. Gamsu clipped Axiom, and the team stalled with Note and Aim God to leave little time on the clock. Aim God replied with a well-timed Transcendence to counter a Ding EMP, capping point A. Axiom claimed his revenge on point B with a nasty shatter, helping wipe the Dragons and capping the round with 44 seconds left on the clock. The Dragons were stalled in losing the first 2 fights in Shanghai's first overtime round on attack. Ding once again laid an EMP to help the Dragons clean house to cap point A with 2:38 left on the clock. 2 minutes remaining, Shanghai laid down a DM Graviton Surge, Coma Beat, and Ding EMP to cap. Overtime's overtime was short and sweet, and the Dragons' defense was all Youngjin. Taking part in 4 eliminations in the only team fight of the round, Shanghai held point A to move on to their attack. On the offense, Ding made quick work on Sombra as he laid down a monster EMP to claim the victory that will forever be cemented in the memory of fans from all around the Overwatch world. Even with their win, there was still one more map left to play. On Rialto, Shanghai brought defense back into the Overwatch League with a stellar full hold on the Boston Uprising. 2 more EMPs, a Graviton Surge, an Earth Shatter, and more Luffy eliminations as Zenyatta had the crowd roaring. Boston didn't want a full sweep for the Dragons' first win, and their defense was also phenomenal. Despite DM moving on the attack as Roadhog, grabbing a quick hook off the bridge for an elimination, Boston didn't let Shanghai move much further than the first curve. Boston's defense was so concrete that not even a Shanghai EMP, Transcendence, Beat, and Graviton Surge could push the Dragons to a map win. But that didn't really matter much, as Shanghai, after all was said and done, had their very first win. In conclusion, the matchup will forever be cemented in esports history, as Shanghai completed their first win in the Overwatch League. This match meant so much more than that, though, as Gamsu brought it against his former team only 10 days after being transferred from the Uprising. The chemistry looks so much cleaner from less than a week ago versus Vancouver. Map after map, the energy continued to crescendo in the Blizzard Arena. Now that Shanghai had sparked hope, this team can build on their momentum by prepping for next week's matchup against a pretty decent Chengdu Hunters team. If you like great Overwatch League content, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Now, from our house to yours, thanks for watching.